Hi, welcome back to you beautiful souls to the next installment of What If Deku Was a Monarch? Also the solo leveling. So Izuku, he just had a run-in with Katsuki. A familiar face had seen him come up with this woman, and everyone just is constantly staring at Isla or Isla, depending on whatever you want to call it. But in this, she will be going by Isla. At least that's what the humans will call her. People are really freaked out by her. So Izuku, he just says, "What the hell are you guys staring at?" And just grabs her hand and just pulls her along. And they go in. He takes the written exam, and everyone notices that she's just sitting next to him, and she's not taking the exam. But why is she? What? Why is she not taking the written exam? Everyone is a bit confused and a little scratching their head. Katsuki's just sitting up in the observatory, just kind of chuckling at himself, just looking down at Izuku and his partner. How can he like something like that? Christ's sake, she's a freaking monster. But cases, special cases. Damn it. So, sidebar. Because of the advent of hunters, and also the fact that just because you're a hunter doesn't mean that you can't be a hero and you can't get into UA. They have hunters watching the examination to make sure that people aren't using abilities to cheat, like hunter abilities. It's more for monitoring. And maybe we were like, what? Wasn't Katsuki supposed to Wasn't Bakugo supposed to take the exam? The exam? Yeah, he was, but he kind of when he reawakened, they basically told him, it was like, do you want to get in? Do you Where do you want to go to school? Like, you said you wanted to be a hero. Where do you want to go to school? He said UA, and then UA found out, and they're like, yeah, he can join. He can join us. He he doesn't even have to take the exam. Kind of stuff that was happening, but he did end up showing up to the to the recommendation exam like the day before. At least the physical, he ended up doing all that. And Shoto's pissed off because there's seeing damn fucking hunters. I need to come here to be a dang hero. Whatever. Ugh. So Katsuki, he's already taken the recommendation. They told him he can't do the normal exam because there wouldn't be anything left. So during the exam, during the where President Mike is explaining the robots and everything, they just see. And then, so Ida gets up, he does his normal thing, and then he turns around. And why is there a monster here in our freaking hall? But before he could utter that, he's like, why is there There's a blade right next to his throat. And everyone just sees Izuku standing there. And Izuku says, talk shit about her again, and I won't stop. And just as as though he was there, he was back in his seat, just kind of twiddling his thumbs, just. He's like, "Oh, President Mike, continue, continue," and everyone's like, uh, "Anyone even see him move? It just seemed like he teleported." And Eden shuts up, sits down, and he's thinking. He's like, I didn't even see him move. Ida's having a little bit of a meltdown, and can't blame him. President Mike's like, "Oh, yes, everyone calm down, calm down. There are hunters in that will be taking the exam with you this evening. Yes, young says off like Ito's like number. Yes, the 0 point. There is the 0 pointer. It's more of an obstacle. You should probably avoid it." So while that goes by, they go to like their trading grounds, and before Izuku can get on the bus, he's stopped by Katsuki, and he's like, "Damn nerd, why the hell did you have to threaten the kid?" And Izuku just kind of turns back, and he sees Isla just literally just standing there, and Katsuki's like, "Okay, whatever. Just don't kill anyone. At least try not to hurt the kids. You're making my job here even harder. Whatever, Kai-chan. See you after the exam." He's just he just kind of taps her on the shoulder. She's like, "Oh," and grabs his arm, and they both walk onto like the bus. Everyone that is on the bus, including Ida, is just looking at the two, and Ida's like, "Why are they letting a villain come in and do this? No, wait, the guy, he said there was Hunter." And then they get off. Then the dugout, everyone's like getting ready. They just look at Izuku. He's kind of standing in the back, just looking at everyone. Isa's like behind him. And then Izuku, he sees Ida, and they see the girl that is with him, who quite frankly looks like a freaking monster, but after what they saw in the hall, they aren't going to say crap because, yeah, they don't want to piss off the guy that she's with. And she says something into like his ear. Izuku kind of rolls his eyes, and he's like, "Okay." Basically, Izuku like tells Izuku, "It's like you constantly tell me to be nice to humans. Why did you?" "Because he almost exposed you and happening. Da, 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 da. He walks up to Ida, and he puts his hand on Ida's shoulder, and Ida turns around and he's like, "What do you want?" Izuku puts his finger up to his mouth, and he's like, "Look, I shouldn't have threatened you back there. Just do your best in here, okay?" Whatever. Don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. Mom. Izuku was smiling. So he makes his way back. He notices that there is a girl kind of looking at him, and he just turns to her with his eyes glowing emerald, and she just quickly turns away. He's like, where have I seen her before? How? Wait, where? I've seen that girl before. Before today, I've seen her. What's going on? He walks over to Isla and he starts whispering to her, "Hey, Isla, be on your guard. There's someone that I've seen before. I, I don't know. I can't read her. Just be on guard. Rango, get ready to act if needed." So, just like in Karen Present Mike says, there's no heads up in real life. Go, go, go! And before anyone can really get out of the dugout, they just see a red blur and a green blur just run right past them. And then they see it. They see Izuku like manifest like this sword out of thin air, and he's just, if you've ever seen a master swordsman fight, they just see these two like basically back to back with like swords, just kind of taking out robots here and there, and they just eventually stop, and they just see the two jump up on top of a building, and they just hear Izuku says, yell out, it's like, "If you guys stand there, you won't get any points. Just get your asses and move." Everyone runs out at that point and starts getting points. Just like in canon, things proceed to follow. And Izuku, he notices the 0-pointer and he's like, "That's kind of a small fry. Let's go, Isla. I've got enough points. Between what you've taken out and what I've taken out, I'm fairly certain I've passed." So they both like jump down, create like little mini craters, and begin to walk away. And then Izuku, he hears it. "Hey, help! My foot! It's stuck! I can't get out! Help!" Ida just sees Izuku, like he goes to take a step, and then Ida sees Izuku turn around, and he's like, "I didn't want to show this off." Izuku, he begins to run, and he appears right in front of Araka, and he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" And she says, "My name's Araka." "Ow!" And Izuku's like, "Oh, that's right." And he literally just picks up the rubble, and Araka says, "Watch out!" But before, like, as she's saying this, Izuku was not even paying attention to this, but the robot was coming down at it, and before even Isla can react, everyone just sees this massive, and I mean massive, animal just come out of Izuku's shadow, basically grabbing onto like the giant 0-pointer's head and pulling it off, and just like basically pushing this thing back, like getting in between Izuku and Araka. He gets Araka up onto like her leg, and at this point Isla has come over and she's like, "Master, I thought you didn't want to bring Ranga out. It would be too..." "I know. He has a mind of his own, damn it. Kinda like you. Ranga, heal!" And at that, like, everyone just sees this giant animal walk over, sit down, and basically put its head down on its paws and just sits there, kind of whipping its tail back and forth. Deku walks over to it, and Uraka, she's a little freaked out because the woman that looks like a monster is literally next to her, holding her up. Ezekiel walks over to this creature, and everyone just sees him just deck the thing right in the snout, and they just hear. And Ranga and Ezekiel's hits is, Master, what was that for? You know very dang well that thing wouldn't have been able to hurt me. I had it under control. Okay, dismissed. And they just see that giant freakish wolf just disappear. Ezekiel walks back over to Isla and basically picks Uraka up. And Uraka, she sees Isla's face, kind of get a little red, as then she notices how Izuku's holding her. And robots come by, they get her, but then as soon as they're leaving, this giant rift opens up, and it begins crackling like black, and as all of a sudden monsters begin to drop out of the sky, and Yuzuki, he's like, damn it, this is not part of the exam. Isla, protect the humans, now! Ranga, come forth. Get everyone else out of here. All of you. Leave. This is not part of the exam. Get out of here. Now. Damn it, where are they? There should be other hunters arriving now. Crap. No. That figure. I've seen it before. Why is that thing here? No, wait, he has someone in his hand. Ezekiel is just standing there in utter horror as he sees a figure just standing there with his mother, grabbing his mother by the throat. And as Izuku says, let go of my... You just see Inko give one final look at her son, and yells, be a hero. And Izuku, just sees in his face his mother just disintegrate. And Izuku, he begins to pound the ground. Everyone is just looking at it. He's just, no, you killed her. You killed the one person I cared about the most. As Izuku, they just see Izuku begin to grow in size, armor that looks weird. And before Izuku can, act, he gets cracked right in the face as Katsu comes down, and All Might is next to him too, and everyone is far enough back, he's like, Izuku, calm the hell down. This bastard, he chose the wrong damn place to attack. All Might, it's him, right? All for One's left-hand man. Guy with that damn decay quirk. His hunter ability, it's crafty. he's just he's crying. He's like, no, 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 no. And everyone just sees Izuku. He begins to grow in this emerald light, and people just see a bunch of shadowy monster, like this like kind of like a black liquid just spread out for like a good 100-meter radius around Izuku. And then they just see all these, lack of a better word, monsters begin to crawl out of this black sludge? No, shadow? What? Everyone is just looking at this and they're like, "No, what the hell is this?" Isa, she's kind of talking to them. She's like, go. Kind of pointing, like saying in English, like English and Japanese, just saying, go, 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 now, go. It's kind of like a gargly sound to them. And then they see like this a familiar light like starting to come around her as flames begin to like envelop her, and then they just see her pull out like two swords out of nowhere as like this as a monster become as I say monster, but they're like no moves kind of. They're monster like gnomes. And they just see this woman literally slice this thing in half, basically doing like a scissors thing, and she points her sword to the exit, like saying the word again, go. She slings the blood off and she goes to rush to Izuku, but she's worried because she's only seen she's had time with Izuku, and she knows that this person, Mom, this creature, Inko, is his birth giver, and she knows him. She's kind of sad. She's like, no, Master, don't go down that path. No. And All Might and Koski are just standing in the middle of all these shadows, getting like cold shoulders. And before they can like get Shigaraki, he disappears. And he's like, no. I should just let this place burn to the ground. Screw this world. All Might goes to like touch Izuku, but then they see it. They see a blade through All Might's chest as they just hear, you thought your mother was it? I'm here to declare war. Declare war on the Hero Society and the Hunter Society. You'll see me again, kids. As the blade comes up, slicing All Might in half, Katsuki's just standing there, paralyzed in fear. Izuku's just in shock, and they're like, And with that, you beautiful souls, that's going to be the end of this part. My apologies about this one being so short. But this was supposed to be part of the last episode, but I kind of wanted to do this whole thing, make it its own special thing. Hopefully you guys aren't too upset about what happened in this part. I've been I was kind of So, that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video if you have enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will see you, beautiful souls, in the next video!